Oh boy, what's going on, guilty guys and gals? Today we got a lot of supports to get through. And like always, I'm going to start with my least favorite ones, which are my own. Let's start at the bottom, then we're here. Hanneman. This one's actually incredibly boring, but it's alright.
Professor, always a pleasure to see you. I wonder, might you have a moment to chat?
Why? Just
Come
why?
now. You have no need to be on guard. I'd never cause you harm. You're far too valuable a specimen, well, that is to say, too valuable a member of the Academy staff.
Right.
Indeed, the further my crest research progresses, the closer you come to learning the truth of your heritage. Is it not so?
But I already know I have the Crest of Flames, Hanneman. We already were...
You bore the lost crest, the very
Okay.
crest of flames itself. I set about learning everything I could about your past. What was the origin of your bloodline? How have the events of your life been shaped by your lineage? I became somewhat obsessed, I must admit.
You investigated me?
Nothing so crass as an investigation.
No.
I researched. I spoke to mercenaries whom you've worked with in the past to learn about your life before the Academy.
I was wondering what they were doing while we weren't in battle. They were talking to you? I pity
Of
them.
course, I also contacted Gerald and his mercenary friends. Your father does keep rather interesting company.
Really? I've never seen them.
Excited to share with you what I learned, but I do
Unless
ask
it's
that you
Eloise.
correct me if I am mistaken on any account. The story
Sure.
begins with Gerald serving as captain of the Knights of Seros. There was a woman at the monastery with whom Gerald was quite close.
Yes.
First, it seemed obvious this mystery woman was your mother. Alas, that cannot be the case. The timing is all wrong. As it was told to me, the woman in question passed away shortly before Gerald left the monastery.
Yep.
Yet your birth occurred sometime later,
Nope.
while Gerald was taking work as a mercenary.
Nope, that's wrong.
This, of course,
No,
presumes
that's wrong.
Your age is accurately reported. If you were born sooner, well, the story would be quite different, would it not?
Don't know. Pretty sure it's the
It's
either, though.
intriguing, though, yes? Why is your age so difficult to pin down?
I don't know, I just don't put faith in numbers, you know?
Gerald never once spoke of his time serving as captain of the Knights. That's quite a secret to keep for all those years. In the end, your old acquaintances had little definitive to say about either of you.
Yep.
However, they all agreed on one thing. Your father and yourself were a strong pair. Warriors to be respected and feared.
Wow.
You in particular. In fact, many came to know you as the Ashen Demon.
What is...
They
why?
say you would destroy your enemies without a hint of emotion on your face. The mercenaries I spoke to revered you as a living legend of sorts.
Okay. But why Ashen? I'm not Ash.
So, that is what I learned. And I admit, it is barely more than I knew before. The
Yeah.
next step in my research is to ask your blood for answers, and hope that it is more forthcoming than your past acquaintances.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, Hanneman. Ashby support. This should be good. I actually don't remember this one. Oh, no, I do.
Professor, did I ever tell you what happened with that thief?
No, actually. No, you didn't.
I went after him, and I did manage to catch up, but
He escaped?
oh no, I captured him easily. I'm pretty quick on my feet, you know.
Oh, no. He sucked.
But I decided not to make him pay for the book. My pockets were pretty empty after that incident, if you want to know the truth. Well,
But
what
why?
happened was, when I caught him, I asked him why he stole the book. He said he thought it would fetch a good price, and that he really needed the money. He had a sick kid and couldn't pay for medicine.
He didn't look old enough to have children.
No, maybe you're right.
You gotta use logic,
But if
Ash.
he really did have a sick child, that would be a matter of life and death. A little money is nothing compared to that. I'd rather believe a lie than risk someone's life if I'm wrong.
So you're like opposite Caspar.
And to be completely honest, there was a time when I wasn't so different from him.
Right. You were a thief?
It was a long time ago, and I've put all that behind me now. But yes, I was. My parents died of illness, so I had to provide for my little brother and sister. I did my best to earn money for them legitimately, but I wasn't able to bring home enough. So I turned to thieving. From people on the streets, from shops, even from soldiers. I knew it was wrong.
Regular Aladdin
but
over
seeing
here.
my brother and sister's smiling faces made me too happy to stop.
Can't imagine.
I really regret that part of my life. I was stupid. But shortly after I turned 9, I crept into a local noble's mansion, aiming to steal whatever I could get my hands on. The noble had all sorts of valuables, but what really caught my eye was a book with a fancy cover. That book
Very Ash.
was Lug and the Maiden of Wind.
Extremely
The art
Ash.
and the illustrations was so impressive I just couldn't tear my eyes away.
I wonder who that noble was. Gone.
You probably see where this is going. Moments after I grabbed the book, I was caught in the act by the noble. And that noble was none other than Lenato. Lenato was
Oh.
incredibly kind. Without asking any questions, he gave me the book. And money, too.
What do I need this stupid old book for?
When I told him
Take
I
it.
couldn't read, he invited me into his mansion, along with my brother and sister. He taught me how to read, personally. So, with the thief I caught in town, I was trying to do the same thing. To be like Lenato.
You mean
Wanna
dead?
make up
I
for
mean,
the bad
whoops.
things I've done.
Ooh.
To leave this world better than I found it. That's why, even if it wasn't easy on my pockets, I'm proud to say I helped him.
I feel kind of bad for Ash, because obviously the reason Lenato took him in was because his son was dead. So, Lenato basically just used you as his replacement son. His, what's it called? I don't know. He's just you're his backup son. I guess we're his backup son. But at least he got the money and stuff. Are you sure you did the right thing?
I know what you're trying to say. My
Providing for
contribution
thieves ain't a good
probably won't
idea.
change much. And it's not like I have the money to help everyone who's suffering from poverty. Even so, I can't bear to stand by and do nothing. What else could I have done, Professor?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Ash was the last... Oh no, I got Bernadetta and Flayn. Okay, Bernadetta.
Thank you, Lady Bernadetta. I will take my leave.
Oh, good. Bye. Goodbye.
Oh, good. Thank God she's gone.
Finally. Oh, that was awful. Just terrifying.
Why? Hello? What's terrifying? Is it me?
Please don't sneak up on me like that.
I was in front of you. You could have seen me.
That lady asked me to show her around. I tried to be polite, but strangers are just so nerve-wracking.
You should have just shown her the door. Get in. You never seem scared of me. Except for that 3 seconds ago when you did.
I think you're right. I don't know if I ever had felt scared around you. I wonder why.
It's because I'm such a
Professor, you might be the
pleasing
first person
presence.
I've been able to speak to normally since I got here, and I have no idea why.
I'm glad, I guess.
I'm happy about it too. When we first started out here, we had to do drills outside. Skip those every chance I got.
Outside.
It's a terrible idea going out in the forest with all these people you don't even know.
I mean, I can see that.
Thanks to you though, I can actually make it through class now. I'm grateful for that. I don't
Hey,
know what
I'm
I'd
not
do
there, but hey.
if you weren't here.
It's alright.
Sorry. I'm okay. I am okay. I'm doing just fine. I feel safe here, thanks to you.
By the way, was that you singing in the greenhouse, or was that Annette? It's one of you.
You saw that? Why would you see that? You were watching me?
Well, here, you don't see a song
Cross the
generally.
line,
Oh.
Professor. Singing? Me? Why would I be singing? I'd never be singing. I've never been so humiliated.
I don't know, you just hit like a good, did you hear it?
Useless, worthless, unmarriageable.
Okay, bye. Sorry. Probably shouldn't have said that. That was kind of insensitive, I guess. Considering you were like, finally, someone I'm not embarrassed to talk to. Oh, remember this embarrassing thing you did? God damn it!
Excuse me, Professor. may I have a moment of your time?
Look, I'm really sorry, Flame, but I can't afford to take you off the bench. I need Petra.
Ah, wonderful. I was hoping you might enlighten me. About yourself, that is.
Well, that's going to be difficult.
You see, I happen to be quite curious about you.
You should talk to Hanneman. He knows more about me than I do. Why is that?
Well, because there is something different about you. You possess an air of mystery.
Mystery of the Emblem?
I
Hmm?
could not help but notice when first we met. I am intrigued, to say the least. I find
Same
it
can be said
rather
to you,
difficult
young
to
lady.
put into words. Were I to wax poetic, I would say you remind me of the sea. Have you ever been, Professor?
I mean, probably. I'm a mercenary. I go everywhere.
The sea is vast, boundless. On the surface, all seems still. Yet beneath that stillness, it is unfathomably deep.
Okay.
Within,
You're calling me deep?
teems with
Hashtag
life.
deep.
Yet without, one is lucky to glimpse a fleeting shadow. And yet, all one must do is cast a line to grasp hold of all that life. You cannot see it at a glance, but it is there all the same.
Wow, that really was poetic. What are we talking about?
Fish, of course. Oh, bother. I got sidetracked, didn't I? Right. About the sea.
It's because your hair is like blue, I guess.
Storm. The once calm waters become mighty enough to overturn even the vastest ships. Not unlike you. You are calm. You carry yourself with poise. Yet you wield great power.
Actually, Claude wields it, but, yeah.
My brother was uncertain of you at first. He once referred to you as a youth of dubious origin.
Well, that's just true.
Please do not think ill of him. He is incredibly dedicated to his work.
I'm not insulted, it's just the
I surely
truth.
understand why he would have doubts about one of whom he knows so little. Nobody
Yeah.
even seems to know your age. Incidentally, how old are you?
800. I don't know.
Wait, you do not know your own age? You truly are mysterious.
I'm the ultimate
Looking
question mark, question
It
mark,
is
question
quite
mark.
difficult for me to determine. I wonder, could you be younger than your own students?
How old are you? Hey, asking me all these questions.
Well, I am roughly the same age as the other youths here.
I am roughly the same age as the other youths here. But you look younger than the others.
Be that as it may, it is simply not the case. Oh, by the way, you should know I had actually been considering enrolling in the academy for a while. I have endured hard times, but I am so grateful that those very experiences led to my acceptance at the academy. Oh, my apologies. I am sure you have much work to do. I will not keep you any longer.
Okay.
We must speak again sometime, if that would be all right. Have a lovely day.
I had tea with her off screen and it went horribly, so I don't know, man. We'll try, though. I actually don't think I ever got Flane's final support, so it'd be kind of interesting to see what she says. Stop, controller. Controller! I'm not even pressing any buttons. Stop. Okay. Oh, it actually shows you the support results. I never even noticed that. I was just looking at them for story purposes, but Claude actually gives me the best. Oh, somebody gives me +1 might. Who is it? Oh, it's probably my B support. No. What? I saw it change. Oh, it's Flame. Okay. Everybody else is just hitting the void, but Flame and Claude, they give me real stats.
Great timing, Professor. I was just
I'm
going
kidding.
to come find you.
Why? I'm scared now.
Are you busy? I have a question about formations.
Oh, okay, we can deal with
I don't
that.
understand them at all. Are the speed of battle and the terrain connected somehow? There's too much to memorize.
You don't have to remember everything.
I don't? Then what do I have to know? I think I understand the basics. To start, you just...
You just fade to black.
Ah, okay. I think I've got it.
There you
Good
go.
help, Professor. Brains and brawn. You've really got it all. With your help, I should have no trouble becoming a proper knight.
Right. What do you want to be a knight for?
Huh? Didn't I tell you? My
No.
parents were merchants of the Alliance. They died in an accident.
Okay, well, you did tell me that, actually.
That's
Never
why
mind.
It's up to me to look after my little sis.
Yeah.
I'm not great with bookkeeping, so I don't think I'd make a good merchant. I talked to Grandpa, and he suggested I become a knight. So I sold all our valuables and used the money to pay my way into the academy.
Okay.
My sis won't survive if I get kicked out, so I can't give up now.
Do you consider being a mercenary?
I might have tried being a mercenary if I didn't have my little sis to look after. I probably shouldn't say this, but being a mercenary does sound like an easier life. Mercenaries have no responsibilities and no one else to worry about. But someone's got to take care of my little sis, so that's out of the question.
Hey.
Serving as a knight in a noble house is more secure, and you don't have to worry about dying unless there's a war.
There'd never be a war in
My sis has been
Fodlan.
so much. I don't want her to have to worry about me. Hey, do you have any siblings, Professor?
Unless Sothis is my sibling.
Then you probably think I'm missing out on my freedom, having to support her, huh? But working hard for my sister isn't too bad. Call it a burden, call it a challenge. If it makes my sister happy, I'm happy too. You should ask your father to have some more kids.
I think I'm alright,
Anyway,
though.
that's why I've got to
Maybe
become a proper
that's a
knight.
little bit weird to say, Raphael. Why'd you say that? Great. Okay. Not Lorenz. Me and Ignatz. That's what's next. We're gonna talk
Alright.
about
Time to sneak off
painting.
and do some painting. Professor,
Were you sneaking off?
lovely weather today, huh?
We're
I
inside.
was, just about to go for a walk.
Mm-hmm. With a stack of blank money. I'm just kidding. Paper.
What, this? No, it's, I'm sorry, Professor. I'll admit it. I was going to do some painting.
Does that
You
matter?
remember the place where we talked before? I've been painting the scenery there.
Oh no, you've been
I'm still keeping up
painting.
with my academics and
Like,
training, of course. I
yeah,
just
so what does it
wanted to
matter?
do my spare time, as a change of pace.
Why are you so scared? You don't have to hide it.
Oh, I don't? Well, yes. Maybe you're right. I may have gotten ahead of myself. I'm sorry for panicking there.
What lovely weather we're having today. Okay, bye.
Honestly, I'm just worried that my father will find out that I've been painting.
What? Why does your father care if you're painting, Ignatz?
Of course. Why would you go out of your way to tell him that? Completely illogical of me. But it seems I've developed a bit of a complex about it.
But why does he...
My
What?
father's not a fan of my artistic pastime, you see.
Why?
We're a merchant family, and my older brother is set to inherit the business.
Okay.
As for me, my father decided I should be a knight. That's why I'm at the academy.
Right.
Painting won't help me become a knight.
Oh, I see.
It's a waste of time.
Well, here's how you explain it, right, Ignatz? So you paint the scenery, right? You get like an in-depth feeling for the scenery. So if there's ever a battle there, you're gonna know the lay of the land better than anybody. Because you painted it. There you go. Done.
Well, yes. I feel like I'm betraying my parents. I hear
Nah.
the business has been slow for them over the past few years. If I become a knight for an influential noble house, I could use my connections to help support them. My father was determined to send me here. He must have been, considering the enormous amount of money he spent. I don't think I'm well suited to being a knight. My parents sent me to the academy for their sake, not my own.
Well,
When
yeah.
I think about how hard my family is working just to stay in business, how can I sit idly by?
Don't worry, we're making you a dancer, so you won't have to really
All of
fight.
which is just to say that painting will have to remain my little hobby. Nothing more. Not that I could make a career out of it even if I wanted to. That's just a fantasy.
Well, see, okay, we're done. You gotta be like, I can't remember her name. She was in Fates. She was the girl that, gets murdered in one of them, and she's a wyvern rider. But she bedazzles everybody's weapons. You could, paint people's armor. It's probably not super what you want to do, but it's, on the way to getting, a cohesion between the two sides of your
Thank
life.
you for helping me with my training.
I did that. Anytime.
I'd love to do this again if possible. Your advice is always so useful. Everyone thinks you're a wonderful teacher. You account for people's weaknesses while capitalizing on their strengths.
I feel like I more capitalize on their weaknesses, but we'll
Initially,
see.
I wasn't sure you paid
too much attention to your students. Clearly, I was wrong. After all,
Right,
without
yeah.
the case, you wouldn't be capable of providing such useful feedback.
It's my time warping abilities for the
Continue
most
to learn
part,
and grow
to
from
be
your instruction,
honest.
Professor. I just know it.
You're quite determined.
You think I'm determined?
Yes. Yes, you're always pushing yourself. Not like, you know.
Professor, thank you. You're the only one who's ever praised me like that. I mean, people are always telling me I've got a knack for magic. If you can call the power of my crest a knack, they aren't wrong per se. Though bearing 2 crests isn't a gift I ever asked for. Anyhow, I've made a point to work harder than most and not rely too heavily on the power they bestow. So I find it frustrating that the only praise I seem to receive is directly related to that power.
I see.
If you've noticed how hard I work, then well, it makes me very happy.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I kind of know about her 2 crest situation and what that means, but we'll talk about it after the time skip. That's when I'm going to stop being all facetious about stuff.
Well, you see, it is because I am the only child of House Ordelia. I must do all I can for my family name. I'm determined to someday be of real value to them, and that day must come soon. I can't waste any time. I don't have much of it left.
What?
Anyway, I should be going. Thank you again for your help.
Sifty, you can't just say that and then leave. You know that, right? That's kind of... Okay. Lorenz. Oh, God. Oh, God. Look at them all. Let's start with Lorenz and Claude. Sure.
You. Just what are you up to?
Okay, good start.
Well, if it isn't Lawrence.
Yes, it is. Try not to sound so affronted. And you're just whimsically wandering the monastery grounds again, I suppose?
Oh, naturally. After all, I really do adore the Garrick Mock Monastery.
No, I think not. That impish look on your face does not suggest innocence. You are up to something.
It's definitely not poison related.
Lawrence,
Don't worry about
control
it.
yourself. Let's not start throwing around baseless accusations. It's not proper.
It's not noble.
This monastery is packed with 1,000 years of history. Well, 5 years shy of 1,000 if we're going for accuracy. Those pillars, these walls, even the floor, they've all seen more than we can possibly imagine. Our distant ancestors may have walked these very halls. Doesn't that excite you?
Perhaps if this were a discussion about art, but I'm afraid walls and floors are not sufficiently interesting to hold my attention.
Ugh.
Nor will they suffice to distract me from what is plainly suspicious about you. House Regan was on the brink of collapse until they suddenly revealed you as their legitimate heir. That was only a year ago. Where were you before then? Are you even a true heir to House Regan?
If I weren't truly of House Regan descent, how do you imagine I acquired my crest?
A crest is insufficient. I am referring to your noble disposition or lack thereof.
Well,
What?
that's what I came here to hone, after all. I can only hope that you will assent to instruct me in the art of snobbery, Professor Lawrence.
I do not think you grasp the significance of the responsibility you bear. Do you even know what it means to lead the Leicester Alliance? I take no pleasure in saying this, but much of the chaos in our ranks right now is due to the failings of House Regan's leadership. I intend to set things right, and once I expose you for the fraud you are and reclaim my rightful place, that is precisely what I will do.
Oh, I
To
see.
be blunt, it would have been better had you never shown your face here.
Sheesh, that guy. He just can't be reasoned with.
Real charmer there, Lorenz. Yikes. Well, I'm glad they got their C support level. Oh, look, he's done with Ignatz now.
Ignatz, hello. What are you up to?
I just yelled at Claude. It was great.
You frightened me.
Oh, calm yourself. What is it that you're drawing?
I thought I'd jot down some sketches of everyone while they're training. And then later on, I'll try to practice their moves on my own.
Moves a week.
But I can't really concentrate on sketching if someone's watching me.
Just sketches, Well, even so, they're lovely. There's such life in them. It's as if they're moving on the page before my very eyes.
You really think so? You know, I always hoped to be an artist.
With skills like that, I'm quite certain you could easily make a living of it.
And your demeanor is different when you draw. Bolder somehow. Ah, yes, there's an idea. Perhaps in the future you will join my retinue as my personal painter. Wait, have we not discussed this arrangement already? I had decided to take you into my service as a knight, had I not?
Becoming a knight was my father's idea. Being an artist is out of the question, I'm afraid.
So you've said. Well then, I suppose you shall simply have to become a knight who also paints.
A knight who also paints?
Whoa. Like, you know, Aloise is a knight who also jokes.
I have seen your talent and can attest.
Geralt is a knight who also
too great
secrets.
To wither away in obscurity. A knight with the rare gift of artistic talent would be most welcome in my employ.
I had never thought of that.
I just told you about it, Ignatz.
Still, I don't understand why you'd want me as one of your knights. As a fighter, I'm unremarkable.
There's more to knighthood than combat. Courtly manners, a dignified bearing, and an aesthetic sensibility are also essential.
You could be like his tactics manager or whatever.
A knight with an eye for art and the talent to create
Tactician.
is sure to improve the image of the nobility.
Lawrence, I'd never have guessed you were prone to such eccentric ideas.
Really?
Thank you.
Have you seen his hand
I'm a
gesture
little
that he
more
keeps at all
confident
times?
hearing your kind words.
Oh, no cause for thanks. It is a noble's duty to provide guidance to those in need.
Uh-huh. Like Claude, who needs to go away. Alright. This one's gonna be interesting. They both have Gloucester
Lysithea,
crests.
do you have a moment? There is a matter of significance I'd like to discuss with you.
I know you're always seeking the attention of ladies, but why are you wasting your breath on me?
Oh,
Don't be
jeez.
silly. I want to discuss the future of the Alliance, to have a constructive and candid exchange of opinion.
I'm not so sure I'm the one being silly. Actually, I'm busy. Stuff to do.
Now, hold on just a moment. House Ordelia will never benefit from such a narrow-minded mentality.
I was under the impression you were interested in me as a person.
As it stands,
Oops.
the bonds between Alliance lords are quite weak. If this state of affairs persists, I'm afraid those bonds may dissolve entirely.
I couldn't care less.
House Ordelia may be small, but a small house is fettered by fewer obligations than a larger one. Apply yourselves actively in diplomacy, negotiate wisely, and you could do much to help maintain peace among the neighboring lords. The recognition of those lords would benefit your house immensely. To
Boy.
that end, why not start with me, the heir to House Gloucester? It couldn't hurt for us to become friends, could it?
Yes, of course, when the time comes. But right now, I'm quite busy. Maybe later. As
Right
it
now,
is,
I'm side-eyeing
studying
you.
magic for the benefit of the Alliance, and I would appreciate it if you left me to it.
Ah, I see. Then forgive the intrusion. I will take my leave of you for now. But if there is any way I can be of help, to you or your house, I hope that you won't hesitate to ask. After all, as I'm sure you know, the future of the Alliance is my responsibility.
The future, he says. As though I have a future.
Stop saying that. What's happening? Lysithea, no. Lysithea and Ignatz being really depressed right now. It's not good.
Lawrence, got a minute?
Certainly. I trust you're well.
Doing great. I found a load of old weapons. Just got done hauling them out of storage.
Old weapons, you say? If there are any interesting swords in there, I would love to see them.
They might only be good for training, but with a little care, who knows? Here, have some oil.
And why exactly are you giving this to me?
We gotta
I
fix
said,
them.
They need a little care. With a bit of maintenance, some of these will really shine.
Yes, I heard you. So why did you give me the oil?
It's for polishing, Lawrence. Don't tell me you've never polished a weapon before.
That is hardly a task befitting someone of my station. If you had an exquisite blade, something of real historical significance to complement my noble heritage, that would be another matter.
In that case, appraise while you polish. You're bound to find something good working through these.
This seems as fine an occasion as any to air my grievances.
I hate you. I'm sorry.
I am a highborn noble. As such, it is my sworn duty to protect the common folk. I have no time for trivialities. What's more, you seem to be under the misapprehension that you can order me about. Please think carefully about how you speak to me.
I'm not ordering you around. And I'm not talking to you as a noble either. I'm asking you to help me with this. As a friend.
I am your friend, but I am also a noble. those two qualities are not mutually exclusive.
Oh, good. Let's get to it then, buddy.
Great. I like it. I really thought Lorenz was going to be hitting on her, but you know what? That makes more sense, because of course Lorenz wouldn't like her.
Hey, Ig!
Nah.
Ignatz?
Ignatz, please. Ew, eating noises.
Hey, Ignatz is here!
Now the party can get started for real. Okay, bye.
What's gotten into him?
It's about 7:45. Time for bed.
Hey!
Ignatz, I'm in your room.
Hey, you've been acting weird lately. Are you sick or something?
Raphael! No, I'm fine.
So what's going on with you? Are you worried about something? Want to talk about it?
I don't know about worried. It's just, you know, your parents.
Hey now!
You're an all-star.
What is it?
I thought I told you to drop it. Just forget about it.
Gee.
You can't just forget about it. You lost your parents. And when you were in need, my family did nothing to help you.
Well, what were they supposed to do about it? It's not like they killed my parents. And besides, that's our folks you're talking about. That's got nothing to do with us, right?
I still can't help but feel responsible. Like I owe you somehow.
Look, if you want to do something, just be my pal like you used to. We can eat tasty meals together, play games, make jokes, and laugh
Whoops.
until our bellies hurt.
Didn't mean to do that, but oh well.
You sure that's what you want?
Of course it is. We were friends
Of
before, and
course.
There's no reason we can't be friends now.
Raphael, thank you. And I'm sorry about before.
Well, alright. That was a very concise, to the point B support. Very good. This one might be interesting.
Good morning, Lysithea. Out for a stroll, are we? It's lovely weather for it. I might go wander outside myself. I'm sure I can see some beautiful sights.
Ignatz, hold still, will you?
Sure.
Your shoes are untied. It looks sloppy. Let me just fix it for you.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. But really, I'm perfectly capable of tying them myself.
Clearly that's not the case. Otherwise, this wouldn't be an issue. Now, hush.
Lysithea, we're in the middle of the hallway. This looks kind of weird.
There we go.
Thanks.
You've also got awful bedhead.
What? But I examined myself in the mirror before leaving my quarters.
I made sure my hairline was completely straight before I went out.
The back of your head. Quite unkempt. You really should get it together. I mean, really. You're born to a noble adjacent merchant family, aren't you? You really should be more presentable.
Sorry, Lysithea. You're always so perfectly put together. In fact, I'd say you're perfect in all respects. I don't think I've seen you fail at anything.
Well, consider that if I make even the slightest misstep, everyone will treat me like a child. There's nothing I hate more than that.
I see. Well, I think you're very mature. If anything, you may be overdoing it somewhat. I mean, people treat me like a child sometimes. But I like it, because it reminds me that other people care about me. You know? No matter how much we stretch, some things are always beyond us. I think it's fine to be vulnerable and ask for help sometimes.
Ignatz, are you really lecturing me about how I conduct myself right now?
Well, he has a point, little lady.
You're a
Whoops.
sheepish, unreliable scatterbrain who can only ever think about what others think of him.
Wow. On point,
You
though.
should worry about your own maturity before you start questioning mine. Although you certainly look the part of a baby.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe that's asking too much.
Lysithea's on fire right now.
I've got things to do, so I'm gonna go now.
Lysithea, wait. Hey!
Out of my way. You're such a child, I swear.
That was uncalled for. After all, I am older than she is.
And also, I wasn't even in her way. She was going the opposite direction. Now I'm more confused than ever. Y'all know, the only way to help somebody with their self-confidence issues is to yell at them and call them a baby. That's what we've learned today.
Hey, Marianne? Are you there?
At least I didn't break into your room like Raphael just did.
Can I help you?
Do you have a minute?
Huh?
Then, if you don't mind, would you come with me for a moment?
So, did you need something from me?
Yes, indeed. I have an urgent request.
Can you turn the lights on? I can't see
Have I done
anything.
something?
Oh, no, it's nothing like that. Really, you don't have to worry. Would you close your eyes, please?
They're already
Then
closed.
how
Don't
will
worry
I
about
know
it.
where I'm going?
Just take my hand. That's it.
Wow.
There, right there. Perfect. Now open your eyes.
Oh, the town is glowing from the sunset.
Yes. Isn't it beautiful?
I love how Ignatz just has the most obvious crush on Marianne.
Very much so.
I was looking at it earlier and I thought to myself, I have to show Marianne.
But why me?
Because you're always looking at your shoes. You never get a chance to appreciate the scenery.
Oh,
See, the best thing about the scenery is it's always changing. With the weather, the time of day, the season. So every view is unique. Never to be repeated. If no one sees it, it's lost.
you could have just enjoyed it on your own.
I wanted to share this beautiful landscape with you.
Thank you. I'm not sure what to say.
Hey, that's okay. I won't try to express this beauty in words either. Just look and remember. This will make for a nice memory. And maybe remember that I was here too.
Oh, jeez.
I will. I really will.
Huh. See, that's two people I didn't really think would meld together very well, but it works. Gotta be honest, it works. Okay, so we got Hilda. Petra? I gotta see what this one's about. Good start.
Oh, ouch.
Whoa!
Oh, my glasses. Where are they? Where are they?
Whoa! An Ignatz portrait without his glasses?
Please take my apologies.
That's really weird.
Ignatz. I did not have enough care.
That's okay, Petra. Just have you seen my glasses?
Glasses. Yes. Transparent lenses for viewing things.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Your face looks different without the glasses.
Well, I dropped them. That's why I'm looking for them.
Are these them?
Oh, thank the goddess. I thought I might be in trouble there. Are you okay, Petra? You're not hurt?
I have no wounds. And you?
I'm okay too. Thank you.
That is goodness. How long have you needed the lenses anyway?
Oh, ages. I can't see without them. You've never used glasses, I gather. I guess you don't need them.
What if she did?
Glasses are not existing. I think all of our eyes must be good there.
I kind of figured. I'm a little jealous, to tell the truth.
Inside the shadows, dangerous beasts are lurking. If you cannot see, you cannot live.
So bad eyesight means death? Pretty sounds scary.
I was gonna say, what I'm saying, Ignatz, is if you were born at Bridget, you would have died.
You need to have sight for hunting, too. If not, you will starve until death.
Oh, yeah, lots of hunting in Bridget, right? I guess that requires good eyesight.
I wonder why eyes would change and need lenses.
That's it. Okay. I guess that works. I didn't know what I was expecting, so fair enough. This is gonna be weird. Oh my god, Ignatz, will you stop creeping up on people?
Ready to start cleaning?
No, that's all right. Actually, I'm just finishing up.
Oh, it's true. Look how tidy everything is. You've done such a marvelous job. I'm glad I didn't get in your way.
Thank you very much. So anyway, you can go now. You were talking to your friend, right? I just have some things to put away. It's okay. I can manage without you.
See, where Bernadetta is like the... Because people were talking about Bernadetta as like the please protect like character. Ignatz is kind of like the please protect dude character. Kinda.
Oh, Ignatz, I thought I saw someone earlier. That was you, wasn't it? You know, I'd have been willing to help. You could have just said, hey, let's go and clean.
It's all right. You were having a conversation. Didn't want to sneak up like I was eavesdropping. And really, I didn't need help.
Oh, Ignatz, you darling. You're so considerate. Thank you so very much.
Glad to be of service. I'll start putting all this away.
Oh dear.
Not so fast.
Well, what's the matter?
Aren't you overdoing it? Don't you think you might be taking on too much?
Oh, I didn't expect to hear that from you.
Let me give you some advice. It's true that I like to delegate as many tasks as I possibly can, but when someone helps me, I make sure to lavish them with praise as a reward for their hard work. So, then we come out even. On the other hand, look what almost happened just now. You did all that work for me, and I almost missed it. Now, where would that leave you? With no praise, no thanks. You'd be losing out.
Personally, I'd prefer to lose out rather than inconvenience someone else.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
For instance, I'd have felt terrible for intruding on your important conversation earlier. Consider the negligible loss to me versus the major inconvenience to you. Personal loss is always going to be the better choice, right?
Huh. Well, if that's how you feel, then I'm not sure how to convince you otherwise.
Dun dun. Alright, we gotta be winding down here. It's been going for like 40 minutes. There's gotta be... Okay. This one I'm interested in. I like these two together.
You've been an enormous help. Thanks so much. Excuse me. I have some more supplies that just arrived for the infirmary. Oh, were there more? I thought I'd gotten them all. I just have bandages and other small things, but there might be more coming. Well, I just got the boys to bring in the heavy bottles. Looks like we can't fit all of it without some rearranging, though. You know, if you'd arrived earlier, you could have helped me tidy up. My apologies. I don't really need your apologies. I need your help. Oh, okay. How can I help? How can you help? I said tidy up, didn't I? See the shelves there? See if you can clear out some space and tuck away the bandages. I can try. Hey, careful, Marianne. There's some strong stuff in those bottles. I'm sorry, No, look, just leave the bandages for now and move the bottles from the shelf. I can do that. Now the bandages fell. No! So in the end, I did it all by myself. I'm sorry that I was no help. I just got in your way. It's fine. We'll even it out with pastries. You want me to get you pastries? I guess I can. You seem so thoughtful and composed, but you're surprisingly clumsy. It's such an odd mix. I practically have no choice but to take over for you. You're right. I'm sorry.
Alright, well that wasn't as good as I thought. In fact, it was kind of awkward. But hey, there we go. Speaking of kind of awkward.
Oh, hey Marianne.
Leonie?
I thought greenhouse duty was mine today. What are you doing here?
Oh,
I'm sorry. You've been avoiding me ever since I lost my temper, haven't you? You're probably scared of me now. In the moment, I was hurt. I'm sure you had good reasons to act the way you did. If you want me to leave you alone, I will. I promise. You've got nothing to fear from me.
Leonie,
I've watered all the plants, so I'm done here. I'll get out of your way.
Wait.
Huh?
Wait!
It's, I don't mean to bother you. I'm sorry for keeping you here.
No, not at all. Thanks for keeping me. Honestly, I've been worried about you. If you ever want to talk about anything, just say so. I'll make time.
I've been avoiding people for most of my life, so I'm not the best at speaking.
I know it's hard. You've been through a lot. But it's worth the extra effort to talk to your friends.
I make everyone uncomfortable. I just don't know how to carry on a conversation.
Hey, we're having one right now. And I'm telling you, I'm not uncomfortable. So don't worry about
Oh,
me.
jeez.
And it's okay to be quiet sometimes. But try to find a middle ground at least. Otherwise, you'll never get any better.
I'm actually really happy. Okay.
As far as what to talk about, anything's good. Hobbies, things you like, a dream you had last night. Really, anything.
Okay, then. I like this flower. think it's nice.
I think so too. Did you know that where I come from, those have a completely different color?
Oh, really? I'd like to see that.
Great. Come visit my village someday. In fact, we should invite all of our friends. It'll be fun.
Oh, yes. That would be very exciting.
I don't know if it's just the light in my room today and how it's like sort of like a gloomier day. So there's a lot, you know how the clouds reflect the light in a different way. But everybody who's pale looks extremely pale to me right now. Like Marianne was always extremely pale, but even Lauren's like one with Claude. That's it. Okay, good. We're winding down here.
A little closer.
Wasn't theirs about him climbing a tree?
Hey, Leone. What are you up to?
Oh, come on. What'd you do that for? Look, you ran my quarry off.
You were hunting? Is the dining hall that short on food supplies?
No, but I like to hunt every now and again. Keep my skills sharp.
I suppose so. You're from a family of hunters, right? Well, there's no shortage of prey to hunt around here.
True. Not many hunters around the monastery, huh? Rivers full of fish, trees bursting with fruit, mushrooms ready to harvest all over.
You hunt trees?
It's the
I mean,
kind
what?
of place where you can really be self-sufficient. Guess we can thank the goddess for that.
I don't know. I'm more inclined to thank the bountiful earth than the goddess for such things. The goddess may offer spiritual guidance, but she doesn't fill our bellies, that's for sure.
Not a very noble-sounding thing, to disregard the goddess and honor the land.
Leone, whose grace do you suppose humans live by? The goddess? The nobility? I'd say it's neither. It's the endless bounty of this magnificent land that gives us life.
I think the tree climbing one was with somebody else. I can't remember what the first one was.
Won't hear me deny it. But who's to say it isn't the goddess whose protection makes nature thrive? I'm not the most devout person, but I'm not about to go around saying we don't need the goddess at all.
I said she gives spiritual support, didn't I? I wouldn't go so far as to say she's wholly unnecessary. But in Elmira, Dagda, Bridget, and plenty of other places, they don't believe in the goddess. Nature is a blessing that knows nothing of borders. The goddess is the goddess, and the earth is the earth. They should both be revered for what they are. Look, this is just my personal opinion. If you truly believe that everything depends on the goddess of Saros, that's your...
Hey, it's fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'm a believer, but I know there are those who aren't. And I kind of like your way of thinking. Giving thanks to nature and all. It makes sense.
I knew a wild girl like you would be able to get behind an idea like that.
What? Like I'm feral or something?
Hey, you know, this kind of talk could be viewed as heresy if it was public.
Yeah, probably. We'll just have to keep it to ourselves.
Nice. That's a pretty good one. I'm gonna save Flane's. Not me, Claude. Claude's got Hilda. Oh god, Flane, Petra. That's a lot. Okay, this is gonna be a long episode.
What are you writing there, Hilda? Wait, let me guess. You're replying to one of your brother's letters, right?
Of course. It's a pain, but I make sure to always send him a response. Otherwise, he'll worry. It's much easier than when we lived together. A few letters here and there are a small price to pay for this peaceful, brother-free environment.
Oh, you know.
Well, that's a fine thing to do regardless of your reasons. As for me, it's been far too long since I've written to my parents.
Oh, I thought your father had died.
Not quite. He's still alive and kicking, as far as I know. The late Duke who died in an accident was my uncle.
Yep.
I see. I do recall you mentioning that your mother was born into the Regan family. What's your father like, if you don't mind me asking?
He's quite the extravagant character. When I was a kid, he used to tie me to a horse and drag me around.
What?
Excuse me?
In all fairness, I was quite a little brat. The horse thing sounds worse than it is. There's sort of a trick to it.
A trick I hope I never need to learn. Your mother didn't step in and make him stop?
Gods no, she'd just laugh right along with him. If my father is extravagant, my mother's more like a warrior goddess, or maybe a demon queen. This one time, she got into an argument with my combat instructor and wound up in a full-on fist fight with the guy.
Okay.
What's more, she won. My instructor was a mighty warrior, undefeated in 100 battles, but even he was no match for her.
Huh? But your mother is a lady of nobility.
True, but she was the kind of woman to elope with the man she loved and throw it all away. Not your average duchess at all.
Everybody thought that Petra was the new Lynn, but in reality, it was Claude.
They eloped. I like that. It's so romantic. Imagine abandoning your family forever to be with the one you love. Not everyone can do that.
It's not a question of can, it's a question of will. Even someone like you who generally despises effort would pull out all the stops for something you really care about. Isn't that right?
Excuse me? I put in plenty of effort.
Hey, that was a compliment. Anyhow, I look forward to the day when something inspires you to try your absolute hardest. It will be something to behold.
Alright, so we learned a little bit about Claude and his wild parents. Stop. Okay. Controller is going wild. I can't even play Smash Bros anymore. It's really... I need a new Joy-Con. Theirs was about trees.
Where are you?
I knew it.
Wait, I'll meet you down there.
Claude! I thought you were not able to climb the trees.
True, and that is exactly why I worked like a madman to devise a new climbing technique.
I have much admiration for that. To climb is a skill with value.
What can I say? Okay, so I may have cheated a little by using my bow to shoot a rope over a branch, or a few branches, or all of the branches. But once I got up there and hauled up the ropes, it was the same result as if I'd climbed it your way.
I am understanding. That costs more time though, so it is not the best thing for hunting. But you are not harming the tree, so that is an advantage. I am liking this technique.
You're right. I didn't harm the tree at all. I'm surprised that impressed you.
The tree has a spirit. If you hurt the tree, you will give its spirit anger.
I see. I take it the people of Bridget have a close relationship with nature, then?
Trees give us food and also shelter. We are needing them, and they are needing us.
True. The people of Fodland believe everything is a blessing from the goddess. They've forgotten to be grateful to nature, too.
So this is what he was doing out in the forest when he met Leonie.
Nature gives us life, sustains us. Without it, we couldn't breathe, couldn't live. It's everything. It's fine to pray to the goddess, but we have to respect nature, too. Don't you think?
Yes. I do not know this goddess, but I know nature. That is the knowing I prefer to have.
You and me both.
Nice. Cool. I guess this is the flame support.
As expected, I am not finding anything at all.
Flame, are you looking for something in particular?
Oh, I was just hoping for general reading that might illustrate the lives of city dwellers.
Right. Well, there should be regional records somewhere around here.
I haven't need of official records or anything of the like. Just some light reading on the subject.
Light reading? What do you mean by that?
Oh, you know, books that cover things like what types of activities young people enjoy, how they spend their free time, popular fashions and trends, things of that sort. And even, perhaps, stories about romance.
Ah, I see what you're getting at. Try asking a traveling merchant. I hear they keep stock of books like that. As for here, I don't think you're gonna find much aside from a bunch of stuffy records. We do get new books donated on a fairly regular basis, but then Sedith, well, you know.
My brother? I am afraid I do not follow.
Apparently, he directly approves every book before it's allowed to grace these shelves. You know, to make sure nothing inappropriate gets through.
I see. I did not realize he had a hand in such things. Well, I suppose it really is no use searching here.
Why were you looking for those sorts of books anyway?
Well, truth be told, I am not particularly well versed in the ways of ordinary people. Sedith never taught me of such things, and he strictly forbade me from spending much time out and about on my own.
Yeah, I had a feeling that might be the case.
Sounds like Sedith. Yeah.
I understand and appreciate that he acted from a place of concern, of course.
Without a doubt. It's obvious that you're his whole world, for better or worse. By the way, I've been wondering, are you two from a noble family? You clearly had a rather high-class upbringing, and both of you have crests. That can only mean you come from a prominent bloodline, right?
Of course not. No, you are mistaken.
So, your refined way of speaking isn't because of your upbringing?
I was not aware that my speech differed so greatly from my companions. Do I really sound so formal to you?
Well, look, don't worry too much about it. I'm probably just overthinking things. Probably.
Probably. Maybe. Or perhaps there's a secret. Oh god. Well, this is probably all of them then.
So heavy. I think I might have borrowed one too many books this time. And I have to return them at some point.
What's going on? Everything okay?
Did you die?
Just my luck.
Oh, wow. Look at the mess you made.
Thank you for the assistance. I can take it from here.
Were you planning on carrying this much weight on your own? Don't be ridiculous. You should have at least asked for help.
They're all books I need for my studies, and it's my own responsibility. No need to involve others.
What a bunch of teenagers not willing to ask for help from anybody.
No,
Yeesh.
really, I have this. I am not incapable, and I'm not a child.
As smart as you are, you sure are a silly person. I'm so tough. I'm gonna stand my ground. I don't need help from anyone. And when things don't go my way, I'm gonna act all sad and moody.
Wow.
You are remarkably talented at channeling.
Oh no, sorry. I was imitating my little sister. Her name's Maya. She's way smart, but she can be pretty stubborn. You remind me of her. What I mean to say is that I want to help. So swallow your pride and ask. I'll be carrying this stack of books now. Got a problem with that?
Yeah. You seem obstinately determined to go against my wishes.
All right. Is this a good spot to drop them?
Hey, what are you doing? They need to be stacked neatly, otherwise they'll topple. This one needs to be rearranged, otherwise the rest won't fit properly.
Wow, talk about picky.
I was just gonna drop them on the floor. Huh?
If you're gonna help, do it right or don't bother.
Fine.
Fine, twist my arm. That got drilled into my head from Python. I didn't even really use Python that much in Echoes, but fine, twist my arm.
Right. Then this goes here.
Hello, Raphael.
Great.
What exactly are you doing with that piece of wood?
Hey, Hilda. I'm just doing this.
Is he lifting?
With
He's
your
punching
bare
it?
hands. Impressive that just the outer ring is left. It makes quite a nice circle.
Yeah. I just gotta polish it up and paint it. Then the base of the necklace will be ready.
Sorry, did you say necklace?
How's it look? I bet it's the right size, too. And this tree bark smells amazing. Now I just need to carve these boar tusks to hang from it.
Boar tusks?
I almost forgot. I was gonna add these wolf claws, too. And I could even add some color to them.
And wolf claws?
Huh? Is something wrong, Hilda?
That necklace. It has a certain, rustic charm?
You're right.
Rustic
Really
charm?
does. Want me to make you one while I'm at it?
Oh no, I wouldn't want to trouble you. Besides, I think it would look better on you than on me.
It would definitely look good on me. But this one's actually a birthday present for my little sis.
For your sister? I mean, don't you think she might like something more feminine? Something cute?
Something cute? What's wrong with something tough and rugged? This necklace is gonna have tusks and claws and stuff.
Girls don't usually go for tusks and claws and stuff. There should be flowers or gems or... Here, I can talk you through it. If you're making a necklace for your sister, you might try putting a pretty little flower in a small crystal bottle and sealing it with resin.
If you say so. But where would I find a flower that was pretty enough?
Honestly, I don't know much about flowers, but now that I think about it, I remember hearing about a splendid flower that only blooms near Fodlan's throat.
Fodlan's
What?
throat? That's on the eastern edge of the Alliance. I'd have to leave now if I'm gonna make it back in time.
Yeah, like, well, Hilda, what are you doing?
That does seem like a bit of a stretch. Okay, let me think. Where'd he go? Well, no matter.
Hilda, he just sent him to the mountains. Poor Raphael. Oh boy, this one's gonna be great.
Yet another lovely day. On such a fine day as this, it would certainly be nice to go for a stroll with someone.
through the stables where it smells like horse
I
dung.
wonder if anyone is around.
Raphael's practicing punching horses in there.
Noises. Or rather, what is making those sounds?
I can't believe the game is helping me
Huh? Oh, hello, Flame.
make my jokes. Did she faint?
My apologies. I feel a bit better now.
Oh, you scared me. You nearly knocked me over with that scream.
Well, you startled me. Appearing out of nowhere and making such sounds. What is it you are doing here anyway?
All I said was hello, Flame.
Out here using logs to train.
This really is just a continuation.
Wow. Are you really capable of lifting something so massive, Raphael?
Of course.
Wanna see? Rah.
See? Told you I could do it.
That was magnificent. Do you suppose I could give it a try as well?
Oh boy.
It might be a bit too much for your tiny arms.
Tiny or no, I want to be stronger. Do you have any tips for someone both willing and eager to grow?
It's probably best to start by practicing your battle cry. If you let out a good shout, you'll feel even more powerful.
You are a font of knowledge. Can you apply your wisdom and show me by example?
No problem. Just follow my lead. Yeah!
And welcome to the screaming segment of our supports episode.
How did I fare? Do I look stronger now? It's working! I knew this would help!
She's just gonna go running around the freaking campus. Ha! Yarg! At everybody now. Good job, Raphael. You did it. What? Why is there... Oh, do I have one that I haven't unlocked yet? Why does it say I still have supports? Who? What? I wanted to get that icon off the screen. I don't like it. Oh, I guess it's probably with people outside my class that I haven't got it from yet. Maybe? I don't know. I'll find out soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched all the way through this, I'll be shocked, but hey, supports in this game are good, so maybe not. A lot of those were really good, actually. A lot of the B supports, like, C supports can be a bit iffy in this game, but B and A supports are usually pretty good. The only one that I think kind of just got on my nerves was Hilda Marianne. And I guess the ones that involved me. Those ones are always a bit lackluster. But, I don't know, I just expected something more, because that was basically just a repeat of their C support, but oh well. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.